everyone. Welcome to another episode of No Guest List, the podcast where we break down the biggest tracks, bring you the latest news, spotlight emerging artists, and delve deep into the freshest releases in and around the Afro House scene right now. We are your Afro House insiders, and we're here to keep you in the loop with all of the sounds that we love. I'm Anthony James, and as always, with me are my two co-hosts, Manu and Wes. Manu and Wes, where they at? They're there. How you doing, guys?
Good, man. How are you? It's been a while, guys. How many months? 2 months since the last
2
one?
months. A solid 2 months since the last one, man. It's been a very long, very long time.
May
So
have had
on that point as well, we need to give a huge shout out to our regular listeners because if you're listening again, you bared with us, you were patient, and we're very grateful for that. And to any new listeners as well, welcome to the podcast for the first time if you're just tuning in. If you want to catch anything else that we've spoken about on previous episodes, we are streaming on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And your support means everything, so hit that subscribe button for us. Keep the good vibes going. And of course, don't forget to follow us on social media at No Guest List OFC, and our own personal ones will pop up somewhere along here as well. So, yeah, Manny, like you said, man, it's been a minute. Why don't you kick us off? Tell us what's been going on, what's new, what's happening in the world of Manu Nakeen.
Yeah, man. I was just saying, I had a few people reach out to me to say, "Where's the podcast? No guest list." Like, I'm missing the podcast for this month, so the people have been wanting for us to catch up and give them the latest and the lowdown on the scene and what's happening. So
Yeah.
let's keep it going, guys. We missed. It's been a busy summer, but yeah, let's keep it going. But yeah, I mean, lately, what's been happening, bro? The label has taken over my life. Like, that's all I've been doing every day, all day. Club Record,
Congrats, by the
right
way,
here.
to both of you.
No, thank you, man. Yeah, it's been fun more than anything. Obviously, it's hard work, but the music that we are putting out, we're proud of it. It's good music, good artists. The artwork looks good. The brand looks good. So yeah, man, more to come. Also, like, releasing every Friday is no joke, bro. No
I
joke.
feel, I feel like the last episode that we did with FK Mash, you were just about to launch, right? Like it was a fresh thing at that point. So how many releases has it been so far in what, 2 months basically?
I think
I
we're
think
at
we're
19, right?
19.
ninth today, which is so yeah, we just dropped Meta by Max Hurrell, and yeah, already 9, man, but there's so much more in the catalog.
Damn.
Yeah,
9
man.
releases, 9 weeks. Can you give us any like teasers for what's coming up? I know there's a track. Am I allowed to say this? There's a track with Jeff coming up.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you can say.
I don't want to
yeah,
start
we've
like
teased it.
releasing your business. You know what I mean?
We've teased it. I mean, listen, we can hire you if you want. You can be part of the team. Sounds like,
I'm ready, man.
sounds like you- Yeah, we got next week and friends, right? I mean, at the time of recording, today is what's the date today? The 19th,
20th.
20th. Yeah, Max Harrell Meta came out today. Next week we have and friends and Palais Vert, The Car. Week after, Jeff featuring Bulim Pania Lelo. And then after that, there's a few more, man. But yeah, man, lots of bangers, bro. Lots of bangers.
Wes, I suppose it's been the same for you as well, man, because it's the dream team at the helm, but
Yeah,
they're both
listen,
busy
like
with it.
there's so many layers of running a label, both back end and front end, and like anybody who does it alone, I know there's a few guys out there who do it. It's just a monumental amount of work if you want to grow it. You know what I mean? But it's been probably one of the most rewarding things that I've worked on, to date in our scene, just because you kind of get that immediate response back from industry leaders and also your community, right? So it's been great.
What's the response been like overall? Pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I don't know about Manu, it's completely exceeded my expectations of where we would be after the first 2 months. and I thought it would take a lot longer to get where we are. So yeah, lots of positives to take out of it.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, there's a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Mostly, I would say mostly it's figuring out how the big boys operate and move, right? Because they've been doing it for years, right? So it's
Big boys as in labels or
big
artists?
boys as in labels. Yeah,
Yeah.
the big labels, right? And not even like just in the Afro House space, bro, like more, in the wider space, how they do things. But mainly it's like good marketing, having a nice sort of strategy, social strategy, and of course, like, we have a good base with our pages already, but
Yeah.
now just kind of taking that to the next level. Because yeah, we have the music, but yeah, it's just marketing it.
You guys
The
are
right way.
you're like scheduled up to the end of the year, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty
So what
much. We're
about
ready.
for next year? Are there any like is there anyone you've got your eye on who you're like, yeah, we want a record from them on this label, or are you just sort of going with it as it comes to you?
Now we've got some goals. I don't think we can say names yet, but in terms of who we want on and what caliber of artist, you know, belongs on Club Record.
I know
So
for a fact you both want Shimza.
every who doesn't want Shimza?
I know for a fact, man.
Who doesn't want
After
Shimza?
the lineups that we did and both of you put Shimza on, it had to be.
Who doesn't
Yeah,
want to? I mean,
yeah,
listen, having FK Mash on the last episode, I was like, we need to get this guy on.
yeah,
He knows. He knows. He knows we want him. But yeah, man, there's a lot of artists like, but also we have conversations with everyone. So
Yeah.
naturally, Club Record comes into conversation, right? So it's almost like playing the long game and just sowing the seed every now and then, so that when they're
yeah.
ready, it's natural and it's organic.
Yeah. No, sick, man. Congratulations to you both. Club Record, go check it out. What's the socials for Club Record? We got to chuck it out here somewhere.
Club Record,
Club
mate.
Record
It's official,
Just
bro. Club
Club Record
Record.
with the K
with a
That's
K.
it.
at the
With the K.
beginning. The K at the beginning. Yeah. Go follow it. All right. What have I been doing? I've been as busy as you guys, really. I wish that I had more to report on. I wish I had more trips to talk about and more music to talk about. But really, it's just been indigenous every 2 weeks for the past 4 months over the summer period. Obviously, I think we spoke about a couple on the previous pods, but guys, like I feel you when you start a new project and you're putting your heart and soul into it on a regular basis. It is not easy work at all. Like you're constantly just.
No,
I feel
it's
like
it.
my 9 to 5 is events, and my side hustle is DJing now.
I was just about to say it's a full-time job, and it's the same for me. It's like Afro House feed was everything. Then I started, Club Record. Then it's like Afro House feed feels like my hobby again because everything is going into the label for now. But yeah, man, and it sounds like Indigenous has been really good. So speaking of our next year, you were mentioning what your winter is going to look like now that the rooftop won't be available. Are you
Yeah,
allowed
we
to say?
can't say too much right now. You know what? You know what? I can say this because by the time this goes out, we will have announced it. We've got a
Yeah.
big party at the Steel Yard coming up in October. That's the only one that I can really mention right now. But we've got another big one in November. What are we in now? October, November. We got two big ones in December, and then we've got a very big one for the start of the year. But that's all I can
But
say.
bro, let them know, like, humble beginnings. When we started Indigenous,
Yeah.
what was the first party? How many people?
The first party we ever did, well, it wasn't the first one we ever did, but the first like official Indigenous party, I think it was May the 10th or May the 11th. And it was probably like, we weren't even selling tickets. It was just a come down if you want to come down type thing. And I think it was about maybe 250 people, if
And
that.
still,
Like,
still yard is what, 1,000?
still yards 1,000 people. Yeah, man. So it's
That's
still
They're
quite
crazy,
paying
massive.
man.
for it.
Like,
They're paying to get in.
yeah. So yeah, we'll see how we do with it. We're excited about it. It does fall on the same weekend as ADE, but genuinely, like I'm really excited. We've got some very big plans in terms of how we're going to dress the place up. I think that there's been this sort of, I don't want to call it negative, but like just a bit like lax attitude towards putting on a show as opposed to just filling up a room of people and having a DJ play some music. So we're going to be big on the sort of decor side of things and like really changing the whole inside and switching the environment up to match what the brand is, so to speak. And yeah, I can't say too much right now, but I'm excited about it. We've invested a
Can't
lot of
wait,
time
man.
and effort and money into it, so I'm hoping that it looks as good in real life as it does in my head right now. But yeah, October the 19th. Keep an eye out.
Yes,
We'll be
sir.
announcing very soon. Right. Let's get into the fun stuff because it has been a crazy, crazy, crazy summer. We've seen some incredible tracks drop, starting from how far are we going back, guys? We're going to start from about mid-May, should we say, and we'll move mid-May to end of September.
Right
Yeah, I
now.
think that's right
Yeah,
now,
to
mid-May
now.
to right
To
now.
now.
And yeah, we'll start with music. Let's start with music. I think we should go in with our own personal favorite top three tracks of the summer of 2024 in the Northern Hemisphere. Who wants to go first? Wes?
Yeah, I'm gonna go first.
Go on, my bro.
So I'm still thinking of my third because it's a tough competition, but one of my favorite tracks, I think, and special because it was part of an album, was Cairo's "Son of Mar." I don't know if that track is for everyone, but I promise you, when my Spotify end of year recap comes out, that track is probably going to be on top because I've listened to it so many times. That's got to be one of them. I guess another one more recently from One People was the Each and Every Day Da Capo and Murder remix.
Yeah.
That just does it for me, man. That like techie
Okay.
vibe with the soulful vocals, definitely. And then the last one I've been racking my brain about, but I guess just because it's off the top of my head recently is Shimza's Bado that dropped like a week or two ago. That track is unbelievable.
Battle's
Yeah,
tough.
I'm with you on that, man. I love
I
that.
love Battle as well.
Now, now I should be mentioning a lot of club record tracks, but we're
Yeah,
we're keeping things.
I'm
Yeah,
disappointed in you, bro. I'm disappointed in
nah,
you.
man, we're
Even
keeping
one.
things unbiased, democratic. You
Not
know,
even one, my guy.
yeah, but yeah, big up club
I
record.
know,
Go.
but all right, I think that's fair. If you had to pick one track from Club Record, what would you choose?
Which track would I choose from club record?
Yeah, that you feel not necessarily the one that's performed best. It's just a personal favorite. Is that allowed, or I don't know if the other artists on the label might feel some type of way, but what's your
I
personal
think
favorite?
I think it's difficult to choose because I feel like a lot of the tracks are so different from each other. But
Yeah,
the one that I've been streaming a lot recently is Secular by Jay and Kalimija.
Yeah, man. But
Yeah.
yeah, man.
listen, shout out to
Just
Jay.
a consecutive nodding heads. Everyone's in agreement.
Listen, we need to push that track because I think that track is just such a underrated. Yeah, that track is something else, man. So shout out to Jay.
Yeah,
That production is top tier. Top tier production by Jay, man.
hundred
and the
percent.
vocal as well.
Oh yeah, of course. Vocals mad.
Manu, do you want to go next, or are you still deciding?
I'm still deciding, I think, bro. You go, you go, you go.
He's
All
definitely
right,
scrolling Spotify on the side.
he's
No, I've
scrolling
got
through the
him.
history of
I've
Manu's
got him.
top ten right now.
I've got three, but I'm like, oh, I need a hard one. I want a hard one.
So,
Okay.
right, this is what I'm going to go in with, right? I'm going to go in with three tracks that are out right now, but I've also got a special mention for something that's blown me away this summer. So, my first one like personal most played track of the summer for me, and that's in my sets and just at home for listening. Majid Jordan, The Message.
Okay.
This track, right? Look, there's been a lot of conversations on this podcast about where Afro House is going, and I'm pretty sure it's got released under the genre of Afro House. If this is the direction that it's going, and I'm happy with it, man, it's beautiful. That is a beautifully made track. The production, vocal, everything is 10 out of 10 for me. So yeah, I actually don't know what's really going on with it. The track is Magic Jordan, The Message, but it also says Magic Jordan Remix. So I don't know if he's on a production of it or what. But whatever's going on, yeah, they've smashed it. And I'm pretty sure it came out on OVO Sound as well. So a lot of people are going to hate this, but apparently the Drake influences finally had its effect on me. So that's the first one. The second one is, and I'm probably going to butcher the name, the Cise, Cairo, and Amifeku. That is like another one I've listened to on repeat. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful track. There's not too much that I can say about it other than go and listen to it if you haven't, because if you don't cry, you need to go and see your therapist and find out if your emotions are in the right place. That's a beautiful record. Lastly, and I think this has been released now, or if not, is getting an official release. Maxime Cartier's remix of Narina came out early summer. Yeah,
Okay.
very underrated in my opinion. But I have to throw in a special mention because this got dropped in one of the guest mixes that I did on Audio Therapy, and is Drager's remix of Voyage Voyage.
Oh yeah. Draga for me is like,
Yeah, I think he sent it to me, but
I don't know why he did this to me, man. I was just having a nice day, chilling,
yeah.
and then he sent me this track, and I kid you not, I got goosebumps everywhere. It's perfection, man. I played it a couple of times in my set. I feel like it's where it's quite chilled. It's not really a party track, so I play it in some of like the earlier sets that I do.
Yeah.
But man, that's
So
a special piece of music.
so I'll let Manu go obviously, but if we had another week before we recorded this, my answer might have been different. But let's see what Manu has to say first.
You have to tell us now. We're not gonna
After,
no, go
forget.
on, go on, go on, go on, go on,
so
Mike.
so yeah, we said it's 20th now, 27th. There's two really big tracks coming out that may have swayed my answer. And
I
the
know what you're
first
gonna
one
say.
is All I Got, obviously. I love that track. And the second is Not the Same with Night Freak and Emad. Those two, I've been waiting for those for a long time.
Not the same as a bad boy track.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know.
All I
Yeah, All I
got,
Got. I don't know if it
All
would
I
make my
got.
top. I don't know if All I Got would make my top three, but Night Freak's and Emad's track probably would.
but you don't know if All I Got would make your top three.
No, because
Uh-oh.
let me not say. I don't want to piss off Adam
Bro,
Port. Like,
all,
okay,
all I got is an incredible. I had to write Mash a long message because I think I think we've always known that he's an incredible artist, and where that track's gone, like everything about it, the structure of it, the production of it, the vocal, like everything about it, in my opinion, it's an incredible track, and I think it's well deserved on his part. I'm hoping, I believe it will, but I'm hoping it like really pushes him into the conversation more because he deserves to be there as an
There's
artist. I
no
think some
doubt.
of the tracks are
yeah, it's
a lot of his
coming.
other tracks are great. Don't get me wrong; like they're incredible tracks, but they're like for me, they're like works of art. As in, like you listen to it and you're like, oh wow, like technically this is
Yeah, they're
incredible.
very advanced.
But I'm not
Yeah, yeah,
sure
yeah.
how much that has always related to it to them being club tracks that you play in a
Yeah,
club.
not very
So
playable, not very like club friendly, but yeah, as a
Dogon
producer,
and Ilanga were for sure.
I
yeah,
don't know.
but
Depends.
still, mate, no one really plays mash tracks out, bro. Not to say,
But
he doesn't deserve it, but
he's the best sunrise producer in the world, I think. That like 6 a.m. end of the
Yeah, I
night.
agree.
He's he's the one, bro.
Mash is a
Sunrise
wizard.
producer.
He's a
Yeah.
wizard.
So like, closing out the set, you've been out all night, you're on the beach, Elanga comes on, and you're just like, life
Oh
couldn't get
man,
any better,
A lot
I
of
like that.
beautiful music, man. A lot of beautiful. Right, Manu, you've had enough time, bro.
Hey, I'm
Mess up.
surprised you guys didn't mention. No one mentioned Mira. I mean, this was Mira's
yeah.
year. This was definitely Mira's year. I think 2024. If we were to talk about artists that blew up, it would be Mira. Who else? You guys help me out. But I'm thinking of Dennis Louver. Dennis Louver has made some noise this year.
Yeah, Dennis.
But yeah, to me, Mira just came out of nowhere, and yeah, her production is next level, mate. Like I think she's influenced a lot of producers at the moment. But I can't pick a track. I mean, for her, I love Blomst. Blomst that came out in May.
That's a big track.
Fucking
Very,
insane.
very unique sound as well, I think, which is nice. Which is a nice change.
Or
for
close
Cena.
to you. For me, it's either between Blomst or close to you. Mira remix. Any of those two, I think I would take. Next up, I mean, you guys know me. I'm the unreleased, whisperer. That's
What
what I.
is the king? You know that I'm the unreleased king.
I'm the unreleased. That's me. So I've got to drop some unreleased in there. Laulu Force Imad remix. I'm not sure if you guys have heard that one, but
Track.
Yeah,
that
you
track,
reviewed that, didn't you?
yeah, listen, that one is a different one.
Is that getting an official release?
He's trying. He's pushing. He's in contact with Laulu's team to sort it out,
Yeah.
but yeah, he's
Ricky.
experiencing some friction there, but we'll see. We'll see. I love that remix. Love that remix so much. Listen, I've got two more. Listen, shout out to Summer. Summer is another DJ and producer that I love. Summer Leora Shimmer.
Oh yeah.
Big
Shimmer or Simmer? Shimmer, right?
Simmer.
I'm pretty sure.
Simmer. Bro, Simmer. I fucking love that track. 10 out of 10 for me. Simmer, 10 out of 10. Love it.
Yeah, that was a project, man.
Big time. And then, 2 days ago, I think, or yesterday, Madora's released this Sensor track, Lilia Madre. Nice production. I had to put that in there.
That you know what? That one was not for me. I preferred their other one. What was that one? It starts with a Q. I forgot.
Come on, which one's that one? Starts with a
Hold
Q.
on.
You gotta find it now.
No, but I love the ad lib that they've included in the groove. Oh my goodness.
It's called Quintal
Oh, Quintal. Oh.
tune. Yeah,
Do you know what?
Quintal
We could
Madura.
we could honestly be here all day. So you see,
I know.
Quintal's great. Is that what Maliv?
Yeah, Maliv and some other names: Gogoya, Morgado, Gabriel Paez.
So this is, I think, a very good example of how so many people are sort of moving towards this kind of Afro housey kind of sound now. Because I first heard about Maliv with a track. It was a real proper tech house track about 3 years ago called Lorena or something like that. But it was it was tech house that I like. It's technically incredible, very bassy, like not just your boring same old rolling stuff. It was like real well made music. And now he's making this Afro house sound. That track reminds me a little bit of Legu. It's got a bit of a Legu vibe to it.
But you know what's the best thing about all of this is like I can vibe with this newer sound that things are moving into, but the best thing is that edits are dead. I don't know if you guys feel the same. But
Yeah,
come
no, it's
and
nice.
done. We're done. Thank
So
you
what,
very much.
would you think it would be fair to say that tracks like Wes, you're gonna hate me for this. Do you think it's fair to say that tracks like Move and tracks like Adore You have had a
Yeah.
big influence on the way that Afro House is going now, where it's this sort of like more chilled, sexy, cool vibe, like almost a little bit. I feel like everything, all the cultures, the sort of Latin, Brazilian, African culture has all come together into this beautiful melding pot now, where it's not too heavy, and
Yeah.
it's not too melodic, and it's just like easy listening stuff, and it's good vibes.
Yeah, I definitely think though I mean those kind of tracks have influenced it for sure.
Yeah,
I mean it's just wild to think looking back from when we started this podcast what kind of sound we were talking about versus now. It's like things are so different.
yeah,
And what is Afro House and what is not Afro House is becoming so blurred, just because of that cross
But also,
collaboration.
my biggest thing is just seeing how everyone has just not accepted it, but is warming up to where we are now, right? I don't think everybody is completely with it or kind of happy, but I think a lot of people are just a bit more like, okay, we are winning, right? Everybody's getting more opportunities. It's definitely getting more recognition.
yeah, for sure.
So the conversations are a lot more different to the start of the year, where it was like, what's up with all these edits and why are they adding percussions to this? And just because there's percussions in there doesn't mean it's Afro House. Now it's just like, if it makes me move, right? No pun intended, but literally, if it makes me
Yeah.
move and I like it, bang. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It,
No,
it
I'm with
it's
you, man.
it's true. Like things have changed a lot. And there's less friction now. I think there's more cohesion in the community and the scene in which, I feel like we're more at an equilibrium than we were, a while ago. Before there was all kinds of opinions flying around and this is real and this isn't, and I think everybody's just kind of like found that middle ground.
Do you know what I think it is? I think it's because there's enough. What I've always loved about Afro House, and I mean Afro House before it was even Afro Tech as well, is that there was always this kind of what I am probably Apple Music would call world music influence. And I think when you have all of these different cultures, and it is a very, very diverse sound that appeals to so many people around the world. Like take this track. Have you heard Jolie Feel by
Yeah.
Maj Anto
Nice.
and what's the guy's
Yeah,
name? Ginton. That's a
Ginton.
beautiful track. Like the guitars sound African, the bass line sounds kind of Spanish, the vocal even sounds African, but then it sounds like an African,
It's
like
French, isn't it?
like
Isn't
an
it French?
African
yeah,
vocal, but it's in French. But I mean, like the style of it sounds like
yeah,
Afrobeat,
francophone Africa, yeah,
or
for
like
sure.
that kind of jazzy funk stuff. But then it's in French. There's so many cultures in that, and then the artists are from Brazil. Like, I think that's what it's about for me. Anyway, I think having everybody in cohesion, like you said, and everybody willing to work together is better for the advancement of Afro House as a sound, or this sound as we're seeing it now, than it's been at any point so
No,
far.
but it's good. I mean, AJ, like imagine at Indigenous, you guys are just playing
Afro.
the literally, like you remember the conversation we were having last year, early this year in Saint Tropez. Imagine just playing tracks that related to those conversations and saying, "This is what Afro House is." Indigenous wouldn't be what it is, if you
Oh,
just played that. Do
absolutely.
you know what I
Absolutely,
mean?
man. I
Yeah, and
think, sorry, go on, Wes.
no, it's the same. It's the same. I mean, I like you guys know me when we started this. I was super strict and I was angry and I was this and that. But even in the page, my
Angry.
page, I was, man, I was
Oh,
angry. But in my things, even like Afro House feed has changed so much. I think in what was not permitted before on the page is now kind of like, oh yeah, this is actually part of the scene now, and like it needs
Yeah,
to be documented in line with
yeah, I
everyone
hear
else.
that.
You know?
Yeah, I agree. Well, I think we spent quite a while talking about that. Our opinions are clear. Afro House is where it's at, and we're all happy with it. I hope everybody at home is happy with it as well because it's here to stay, baby. But yeah, let's go into some of the major parties that have happened this year. I think the biggest hotspots across the northern hemisphere have been packed out with Afro House events, whether that's Ibiza, Saint Tropez, Mykonos, Amsterdam, Berlin, London, anywhere across Europe right now has been Afro House crazy. Even places like Switzerland have their own Afro House parties now. So I think we should probably recap some of the biggest events that have happened this year. It's going to be very difficult again because we're going to try and squeeze as much in as possible as we can. But I think it would be fair to say we should start with Shimza at Citadel de Sisteron, I think it was called, for Circle, because it's been a minute since we had a set like that.
I mean, I think we can generalize to Circle in general because they're like that event was obviously monumental, and then the one before that was at the Aerospace Center, and there was a bunch of Afro House people on the lineup too, including Bantuanas, Alex Wan, Shimza. I think Desiree was there too.
Arwen.
Awen, yeah, crazy. Like, no, those guys. I mean, also like today, Shimza dropped on Circle Records.
Yeah.
As well. And I know Bantuana's dropped on Circle Records about a month ago more. So yeah, those guys, I mean, one of the most recognizable brands, especially on YouTube, online around the world, is like all in on our scene and on our sound, right?
Oh, they
Yeah.
really are. I mean, they reach out to me all the time to collab, but I think, yeah, it's great to see institutions like Circle invest and work with, the likes of Shimza, especially Bantuanas, right? Bantuana's still up and coming. They're still a group that is finding their way, but yeah, I think all of those events, you mentioned the aerospace one, the Citadel Sister on, but also like what a set by Shimza. I mean, I watched it a few times when it came out on Facebook, the live stream, and then now obviously you can watch it on YouTube. But mate,
Incredible,
imagine
man.
being there. I think one of our friends, Clay, though, we all know him. I think he was there and
Right.
he
Yeah.
experienced it. But yeah, man, I mean, Shimza is the guy, man.
I wish that I was able to go to that. Genuinely, I feel like I'm not trying to throw shade at all by saying this, but this is just genuinely how I feel. I feel like DJs nowadays have got very, very lazy with their, not all DJs, but there's a handful of DJs who are doing well who have got very lazy with their set planning, and it's more of just turn up and play some tracks type of thing. And no disrespect, but I think the level of DJing ability that you have to be at in order to just turn up and play some tracks and have it all still flow in a way that feels like it's one cohesive set for the night, you've got to be like a master, and some people are just not there yet, and it is what it
But
is.
I
But
but I think
Shingle,
that's what it
beautiful,
boils.
man.
Sorry, I
Really,
think that's
sorry, I
what
was
it
gonna say,
boils.
it's a beautiful set. Like the way that everything flowed, we haven't seen that for a long time. Sorry,
It's
Wes,
the
go ahead.
emotion.
No, I just wanted to add to your point. It's like I think there's a lot of especially younger producers out there who are on the road now, and they haven't had that time to learn what it means to be a DJ.
Yeah,
They just show up and play tracks because that's what they
It
think they're
takes
supposed to
time.
do. Yeah, for
Like
sure.
it's no one's fault, but you still need to invest the time and educate yourself. Because I mean, we talked about this briefly on the chat, but I mentioned people like Liver K, Mountain Rouge, right? Mountain Rouge, one of their guys, he was a resident in Switzerland, a club in Switzerland for years, right? So obviously his style and his experience rubs off on the rest of the crew. Liver K, another DJ, right? Resident for years in Greece, obviously now producing and doing very well. But these people have put in the time, the years, but not to say like if you come out with a hit tomorrow, you can't be a good DJ. No, but it's unlikely, right? Not
yeah.
everybody just has that talent and can do that.
I do
But
think
that's why,
DJ's an art though. Like aside from making music, because I know some people who can make incredible music and they couldn't DJ. They wouldn't know. They wouldn't know to play from the cue button.
Mate, this is why I like Indigenous, bro. Because it's like, obviously we're playing a lot of the times for the crowd, but the track selection, you're always, there's crowd pleasing, but also like crowd teaching. You know what I mean? It's both. There's a nice balance. That's what I like.
Yeah,
I like the event.
thank you, bro. I can't wait to play with you again tomorrow, bro. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, for real, man. I think this whole idea now of like people talk about, oh, you pre-planned your set, and I hear that a lot. Oh, with these DJs with their pre-planned sets. Yeah, like not every freestyle rapper is as good as Kendrick Lamar, because you have to sometimes think to yourself. I think you can sit down and put together a whole journey of 12 tracks. It might take you a couple of hours to do it, and you go, this track flows perfectly into that. This moment is what I want to do here. You're putting together your performance for the crowd. And I feel like that's what, I don't know. I've not spoken to Shimza. Maybe he did go and freestyle it and he is a true master. But I feel like he put together a selection of tracks that flowed nicely into each other. And that was a whole experience that even from watching it on YouTube, I could feel you're not going to forget about this anytime soon. This is going to be one for the record books to remember.
I mean, I'm sure you couldn't have helped but think about the viral Black Coffee set in France, right? For Circle, that's on YouTube, right? That set, how many views is that on now? Let me just check quickly. But like, we're humans, right? We're humans. Are we gonna be maybe not in a competitive way, but you're gonna be like, all right, I've gotta do my thing.
Yeah, I've got to step the levels up. Absolutely.
Yeah, man, you have to. So
it's funny you say that about the Black Coffee set as well, because I do feel like Shimza in that sense I feel like we've been kind of waiting for a moment for someone from the Afro House scene to step into 50 million. Is that what it's on?
50 million views, yeah.
Well, what's Shimza's on now at the moment?
But
it's like he's number one. He deserves it because I think he's one of the best DJs out there. Just DJ, not even getting into his production. Everybody knows, like. Never miss a Shimza party, man. Never miss a Shimza party.
52,000 views in one day. That's nice, man.
Crazy. But
yeah, he deserves it, man. He's stepping into the space with the music that he's putting out at the moment. And look, this is not to... I think that Afro House for a long time has been very much about black coffee, like at the highest heights of it. And I feel like as Coffee's kind of like... He's just got his residency at High, Saturday residency at High. I know he's been doing a lot of stuff that's still like Afrocentric in his creation, but it's aside from the Afro House scene. It's time for somebody else to step into that sort of almost like paternalistic role to say like, I'm the big dog right now. And I think we've seen it with Inu, we've seen it with Da Capo, we've seen it with Cairo. And I think Shimza's really pushing for it now because he's got all of these tracks that are coming out that are incredible records, collaborating with some of the biggest electronic music artists around the world. And then on top of that, playing a set like that and saying to the world, look, this is what we're about now. Like he's really pushing the sound.
I mean, did you see this summer, like on his Instagram stories when he was like just traveling and being like flight number 94, flight number...
Yeah.
Mad. This guy is on it, bro. Like this year, crazy.
I'm happy for him, man.
He's been the most active... I think one of the most active people in our team. Someone else who's been really active, and getting back to the topic of events, I think one of the coolest ones recently was the Voodoo Village in Belgium.
Oh my God.
Yeah, bro.
That was incredible.
I mean, talk about the lineup. Remind us what the lineup was, bro.
So there was Kitty Amore, Ahmed Spins, Black Coffee, and me. Hold on. There was one or two more names.
I think it was Adam Port and me and Adam Port back to back.
And me, Adam Port back to back. Yeah. So yeah, Jana Rice as well.
Wow. You see, like it's. But I always say Belgium and the Netherlands, they throw some different parties, guys.
Different parties.
They throw some different parties. Don't play with those guys. They throw some different parties.
I'm gonna say the Netherlands is my favorite place I've been to for parties. for house music events. There's nothing like it. Like you come, I think what London lacks that I think a lot of the places that I've been to in the Netherlands has is like this true, genuine, just a love for the music as opposed to a love for partying.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's like
I feel like
it's
London
like
is like let's get drunk and get messed up and cool, but
and the phone thing, right? Like if you look at a lot of the videos from Voodoo Village, there's like on average, I mean, there's still phones, but on average, there's less phones. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Which is such a big conversation topic right now. It's
But I guess it's with the. I
Let's
mean, I
save
don't
that
want to
for
talk
the
about
next
this.
pod, though.
Oh, for sure. But I was just gonna maybe just a comment on the phones thing. I think people that always pull out their phones is probably just IG social media people, right? Because the people that are just there to dance, have a good time, they're there to do that, right? They're not gonna fucking save the video and put it on their story. But I think when you go
I know,
to
man.
a kind of show, or you go to these
Black
other
coffee,
parties that are a bit
right?
more artificial, right? I think it's people with money.
Bro, I
That
do think that I will say this, and I didn't say this before. I do think there's a problem. Like, I mean it in the sense of I watched some sets from Black Cop, but the irony is I'm watching a video of somebody videoing on their phone to go, there's too many phones. But
yeah,
like, I think there is a problem with it. It's kind of sad to see everybody standing with their phone up, but at the same time, I mean, look, with myself, with Indigenous, I'm not going to sit here and act holy about it because I've seen some DJs be like, yeah, we need to get rid of phones. Well, it's easy to say when you're getting paid 60K for a set and you've already made it, but there's no doubt that the use of phones and social media is elevating a lot of upcoming DJs into the spotlight, and that's the way that it's working at the moment. So I mean, I'm on the fence with it, man. I think it's sad to see people not dancing, but I'm not going to complain and pretend that it's not helped
no, you
me.
if
can't
you
win. You can't win.
DJ.
if you guys are ever looking for a little bit of entertainment on the topic of phones, my most recent video with Black Coffee and Julie McKnight,
Yes.
bro, like the comments are unbelievable. People are making jokes like they're like, this video is just the advertisement for iPhone 16. You know, look, it's kind of true. And then there's one chick in like the whole panorama of people on their phones just dancing by herself, and people are singing praises to her, like, good for her. And then people are arguing like, nah, but she knows people are recording her anyway, so like, she's just trying to like,
As I
man,
say, you
it's
can
like,
never win, mate. There's always going to be someone
yo,
talking
social media is undefeated, man. Honestly,
social media. Social media.
So
But
while
good
we're on
video,
that,
though. Very nice video.
I think the black coffee topic. While we're on the black coffee topic, what have you guys thought of? I think when we did our looking forward to summer, we spoke a lot about the lineup that he had at High Ibiza, and I don't know, Manu, if you were able
yeah.
to go, or Wes, if you even went. I didn't, but I've seen some clips online,
No, I
and
just missed it.
it
Yeah.
looks
I
like
mean,
there's been some nice sets there, man.
I just came back from my Ibiza. I just missed it. Who played that day? Yeah, I forget. But I mean, from the videos, I really liked when he had the South African legends,
Yeah,
DJ
DJ
Fred.
Fred,
Yeah,
Yeah, when he
DJ
had those
Fred,
two, that was nice, man. That was a good moment. You also had didn't he have Murder, and who else did he have?
Jeff. He
Daffy, I
had
think,
murder,
as well.
murder, Jeff back to back. That I think that's one of the best ones. I think also FKA Mash, Who Made Who. That's a good link up. Yeah, that like
You know
synergy,
what I
right?
find crazy about this? Like, look at I think the ones who really made a big impact are like Afro House. It's like Afro House. There's no
Yeah.
debate here. It's Afro House.
What
But
about
then
Katy? What about Katy Perry, bro? How do we feel about that one?
sick, my favorite feature. I prefer Katy Perry to Travis Scott. So
I'm like, which track did she play? Which track did she drop?
I don't even.
fireworks.
She just did that. So that was the night of Jeff and Murda, actually.
Wait, hold
Same
on.
night.
Did she actually DJ?
No,
No,
no, she
bro.
just
Oh,
stood there.
hey. I was like, bro, is that where we're going nowadays? But no, I
Hey,
have to say,
very,
bro, I feel like with black coffees, yeah, I'm going to be controversial now. I haven't agreed with all of the names that have been there. I've seen some people play there, and I'm actually not going to say it because I'm not a dick. But no, is all I'm going
we
to
know,
say.
we
Didn't
know, we
work.
know who, because we spoke about it
Yeah,
yesterday. We know who,
we spoke about it
but
yesterday.
it's
Just
okay.
no,
It's okay.
like not everybody. I think if you're walking into the house of the, if you want to call him the Godfather or the King of Afro House,
Cruzman.
then in that room I don't want to hear any debates about what other type of Afro house there is. Respect it for what it is there, and you sort of you be yourself, of course, but not playing
But it
anything even
depends.
close to Afro house is a bit of a slap in the face to me.
It
In
depends
my
how big the artist is, though, right? Like,
Yeah,
who made who is who made who?
yeah, exactly.
but I think who made who? Look at Silence and Secrets, right? The Black Coffee remix. It is music that melds together. It kind of works. There is a
No,
link
of
between
course.
Afro melodic and
I,
Afro.
I have I have a question. I have a question. Do you guys know what happened with the Africa Deep, or it's still gonna happen, or it's not happening? Because he was on the flyer.
It's
I've
not
not
gonna
seen
happen.
anything. I was gonna say I've not seen any
Yeah.
footage or anything from him. I
Breaking
hope
I
it
don't
news!
think.
happens.
Breaking news! It's not happening, guys. You can't make it.
No.
Yeah, you
Shit,
can't
poor
make it.
guy, man.
I'm actually very sad about that, man. It was something I was looking forward to seeing for his sake and for my sake.
Listen. Like yeah. Let's not talk about. Yes, okay. Let's move on.
Okay, we'll move on. We'll move on to Wes's favorite part because I don't think it would be right or fair to discuss Northern Hemisphere summer without speaking about kind of music. Don't think it would be fair. Giza, Lisbon, London, off Sonar, Barcelona.
Mate,
These guys have been
worldwide,
doing.
you're gonna run out of
Madrid,
cities, bro. Like, there's too many
Mm,
cities to
New
mention.
York. Where
yeah,
else they toured the world, bro,
they
this
really
summer.
did, and honestly, it looked like some incredible moments, man. Manny? Did you go to the London one?
No, man, I went to the secret show, bro. I went
The
to the
secret.
influencer exclusive party in Ibiza. Yeah,
Do you have your
they,
phone out as an influencer filming?
How'd you get tickets for that? You got an invite, or how does it work? Like,
yeah, you gotta be in the circles, bro.
uh,
It's like an underground community. It's like an underground community.
Secret society, bro.
Do you know what
I
I
think
mean?
That's
you and I
crazy.
have you and I have the same plug, bro.
Yeah, it's probably the same plug. But no, listen, it's a trend, guys. Listen, like, I'm not gonna bash them, but it's a trend. You can tell the people that are there are people that are influencers, people that care more about how they look than the actual art
Yeah.
and the
But
music.
it
You can
can't be
tell.
10,000 influencers, though, surely. Okay, maybe it
Trust me.
can. I mean,
No,
technically, the
listen.
three of us are influencers, so
It's not no, but I think what he said is pretty powerful about it's like a lot of people who care more about what they look like
Yeah,
than
that's
anything.
that I agree with. I do
I
very
think
much agree with that.
that's like sums it up pretty accurately, actually.
I mean,
Yeah.
I promise you, 90% of people that love kind of music is because of Move, and they struggle to probably mention other tracks, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
I promise you, 100%. If it's not Adam Port Move or Legu Rampa, Champion, what else is there that came out last year or this year? Anything before that,
Or the track that's coming out maybe one day, Cesarelina. That's the other one they know, bro.
Do you know? Do
yeah,
you know what I think is interesting with kind of music? So we've talked a lot about commercialization of Afro house, and or in this case, I'm just going to call it just this sound in general, the kind of music sound, because there's not really any commercial edits in that sense. Maybe the Tanzania one that just came out, but I think with kind of music, what I still respect about them is that they're still just doing them. Like Legu is not a commercial track; it's a great piece of music. Champion's still a great piece of music. Move, for whatever people think about it, is still a great piece of music. Rapture 3, incredible piece of music. So I still got a lot of respect for them for making what they make. The fact that what they make has become commercial, I'd rather that than just hear a whole. And I know that they do play edits as well, but I'd rather that than if they were just making edits. I'd say maybe it's a bit different, but they have developed their thing, and kudos to them as far as I'm concerned, man.
Yeah, but I also miss the like send return kind of like vibes from a few years back.
Yeah, and I
mean?
think
Like,
look, it's money at the end of the
Discoteca.
day as well. There's no doubt about it. Because
Yeah.
how can you grow? Yeah, I'll be honest with you. We've had this a bit with Indigenous. How can you grow without opening yourself up to a wider audience? There isn't a way to do it. So if you open yourself up to a wider audience, if what you're doing is so good that 1,000 people want to come to your show, and then further down the line, 10,000 people want to come to your show, and before you know it, you're playing to 35,000 people or however many in Finsbury Park, people are naturally going to go, oh, well, they're commercial now.
Yeah, I mean,
know what
they're
I mean?
they're like selling out arenas. Like, Madrid
it's
was
like watching
35.
Michael Jackson walk on
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah, that's like an Ed Sheeran concert, bro. Like 30,000
For
people in
real.
an arena. You know what I mean?
real.
It's like and commercial,
No,
right?
no,
So,
listen, like,
whatever.
but I think commercial doesn't mean
Trash.
commercial doesn't mean that it's cheap. It doesn't mean that now they've sold their soul. No, it just means that now it's it's even mainstream is probably wrong because people are going to take it as they've sold their soul and now it's they're not what they used to be. But now it just means that it reached the top level, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So kudos to them. But no, man, listen, I've got huge respect for what they've done, and I think that's what everyone's trying to do. I mean, if you look
I
at
think-
the Capo Caro,
Yeah.
I think that's what they're trying to do too, mate.
I think actually my coolest project of mission aside, like one of the projects I'm most excited from in the kind of world is the Teal DJ equipment, because no one else, Pioneer has not been challenged for like decades now, right? And it's like I just think it's pretty sick that it seems like they're onto something where they could potentially have a bit of that market share because, all the other guys have tried Denon, Newmark, to name a few. So I'm excited to see where that
But
goes.
apparently that's what Rampa actually wants to do. Like he's a geek like that.
Yeah. But
That's literally what he wants to do.
it's different, man. I think that's sick. I'm excited to see where Teal goes. If that's how you say it. Yeah.
Taylor. I think it's Taylor.
Taylor. Our
German, bro.
Tiele?
German.
Taeli.
Taylor.
Taeli. I don't know,
Tyler.
I'm just messing with it, man.
How would a German say it? Tyler.
Tyler.
Listen, any of our German listeners,
We're
send
getting
us a
a
voice note on No Guest List OFC of how to actually say that. And Rampa, if you're listening, please send us. We want to know, how do you actually say it?
Come on the podcast. Rampa, come on the podcast.
Rampa, come on the podcast, please. Right, let's roll through a couple more quickly because there is so much to cover. I think that who else? Another monumental moment was Filu Luzolo's 10-hour set at the start of July. That was crazy. Anyone see that?
Where was that? How do you say that
marathon.
venue? Tuishaven? How do you pronounce it?
I'm
Tuishaven.
dropping out of that one the same way I'm dropping out of Tila.
Bro. Yeah, bro. DJing for 10 hours, I can't even imagine. Number one.
Oh, I would love to do that, man. 10
don't
hours
know.
DJing. Oh,
Bro, like I know how to mix and like my attention span drops off after like an hour.
I know how to mix.
I would
It's not
love
about
that.
mixing. It's not about mixing 10 hours.
It is about mixing. It's about which alcohol you're mixing. It's about which substances you're mixing. No, but for real, man, like that a 10-hour set, like kudos to him, man. That is a fun thing to do. I would love to do a 10-hour marathon set. Wow. Yeah, he killed it. And like another guy who is, in my opinion, one of the kings of content right now. But yeah, he killed it. Incredible tracks that he played. But something I like about Fulu Luzolo is that he's got variety as well. Like he's going to mix it up. You're going to hear some amapiano, some Afro House, Afro Tech House, Deep House. And I think that's credit to him being able to play a 10-hour set probably without repeating tracks over and over again.
So is that a?
Oh, sorry, bro, go on.
I was gonna say, is that a hint at who we might see on audio therapy in the near future?
Oh, I wish, man. I'll be honest, I've been trying to make that happen, but I also understand and respect that this guy's got a busy schedule. He's playing everywhere at the moment.
Yeah.
If I could make that happen, I would 100% make it happen.
He's playing a
100%.
lot on that.
Yeah.
What tracks he got out?
He dropped one this summer.
He did actually. It was with I'm gonna have to
forget
find
the
it. I
name.
can't remember the name.
I'm gonna look it up.
Philo.
Filo
Okay,
Luzolo.
okay. Pretty Girls.
Yeah, Pretty Girls.
He released something a few weeks back.
Al Sabata.
Flicker Flocker.
Gorilla EP.
Gorilla.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I've not seen loads of stuff. He got something on My Other Side of the Moon as well. With Valix. But yeah, he's doing his thing, man. I mean, honestly, I prefer his DJing to his productions, if I'm gonna be real. His
He's tough, he's
DJing
tough.
is very, very, very talented.
He's
But I
a
wanted to
he's a
say,
DJ.
Manu, I want to touch on something that you said earlier that you mentioned, and I know we spoke about it a bit beforehand, but the Capo Inu Cairo. What are we saying? Because they've got a set coming up in Kenya, or has it happened already?
It's
Coming
happening.
up.
It's happening. It's gonna happen. Yeah, and then they've
Coming
got
to London, right?
coming up in London as well. So what you mentioned earlier about this emulating the kind of music model, do you think that is what they're doing? Are they going
I
to
mean,
become?
listen, I don't want to say they're being copycats, but it makes sense, right? Like, imagine having in the Afrotech space something that powerful and
Yeah,
that magnetic. Why not? Like, I think they should. It would be nice. Like, yeah, people are gonna call them copycats to start, but like, come up with one name, throw parties, do it, and just specifically focus on the Afrotech. I guess a bit up tempo Afro House crowd. Why not, man? Why not? I
I
think
think
it's needed.
Afrotech needs it. I think Afrotech needs it big time, man. Like I've been a little bit disappointed to see Afrotech sort of take a back seat because I think it's a genre that I do really, really love. I don't think it gets the same excitement as it did maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, because
But
it
A year
hasn't.
ago, mate. A year ago.
Yeah, it
even a
hasn't.
year ago, yeah.
It hasn't penetrated as much this year like it used to, and it's time. I mean, those three guys are probably like the three spearheads, globally. But then you have other guys pushing, like, Jeff and Kazukura. They're really focused on that world and that sound also,
Yeah.
right? So it's needed. I think there's gonna be more shows.
Yeah, but like even look at our releases on Club Record, bro.
Yeah,
Like
I
what kind
know.
of sound? What kind of sound are we putting out? Not
Lot
to
of-
say we
lot
don't want
of-
to put out Afrotech, but the
When
Afrotech
it's-
tracks ain't coming in, bro. Not the ones we want to put out.
The side
Yeah.
eye, bro.
That's a good.
How you gonna
That's a
side eye
good point.
yourself?
That's a good point. No, listen, we get a lot of Afrotech demos, but
No, there's-
not for me. Not for me.
Yeah, it's not even. It's just like not up to standard in terms of like quality. That
Do you
you'll
know
get.
what I think it is? I think people have this Black Coffee circle, like the Paris set, as this sort of almost pinnacle of where you would like the Afrotech sound to be. But in reality, when you look at it, it wasn't all just Afrotech tracks. There was a lot. It was very heavy with the Inu Napa records. It was very heavy with Pablo Fierro records. That was the start of a lot of different genres coming in and playing their role in shaping where
Okay, let's see.
Afro House or Afrotech was about to go into the future. And I think that nowadays, what we see with a lot of the Afrotech stuff, there's not too much going on throughout the track that is like a wow moment. It's cool, it's groovy, it makes you move, but it's not like, wow, what an incredible like mastery of artwork has been done there. I think a lot of it's just like
It's
baseline,
lacking,
drums,
yeah,
baseline drums.
it's lacking the emotion and the moments of tense and release.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I think so as well.
I mean, listen, that
I think
set
so.
was mainly the capo. I mean, he played how many da capo tracks? Bro, he played like five da capo tracks in that set. Obviously,
Wow.
Chronic Music, Black Coffee Remix, Muye, Pablo Fierro, Kala, Shimza or Gentle Dust, All Alone, Lizzie Traveler, that was Kasusa Remix.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
I think that's the
But
stuff that people need to be looking at. If they want Afro tech to make its resurgence, I'd say you want to be looking in that direction for your inspiration for what the standard and quality of your music needs to be like, rather than just being what I called it before, Lego music. Like you can't just go intro, main, intro,
I
second drop,
mean, let
finish. Like
let's go around the room. Like, what's the last, most recent Afrotech project that you've enjoyed?
Waves.
Most recent Waves, Sundela.
Yeah.
Kanyisa, Drift Franklin,
Yeah.
that made me feel something. That made me say this is special.
There's some Kazukuda records I actually like
I like
also.
that in Yatsela remix from Magenta Dust.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
incredible,
Yeah.
incredible,
Crazy,
absolutely. Olha você,
All of us say,
Sundela.
yeah.
I would say.
That's probably one of the biggest tracks in
But you see what I'm
Africa.
talking about though? Like these are jotted around the year. They're not like consistent
Not
throughout the
consistent
year.
at
It's
all.
like one every 2 months, bro. It's mad.
You know, I've got to say as well, Niger with Robin M and Les.
Oh,
Beautiful record, man.
track.
Incredible.
Track. I am obsessed with that track.
And
That
Les
Incredible
is
track.
a bad
track.
boy, man. And Les is
Yeah.
a bad boy.
Bro, the two of them, I was talking to Robin about it at Indigenous, and I was like, bro, I have to say to you, I have to come and say this now. Thank you for making that track because I think that's what Afrotech has needed for a very, very, very long time. Something of that caliber, just to just as an influence to people at that level as well. I don't want to just hear half-hearted attempts at tracks. Like, there's got to be effort and artistry in it for it to be special, and
100.
that's what they've done. So yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right. Well, I think we've covered everything in terms of the European summer. We kind of haven't really gone across venues, but Wes, you mentioned earlier the DJ awards.
Yeah, so the DJ Awards launched a new category which they're calling Afro this year for the first time, which is pretty big news, obviously emphasizing that we're kind of in the mainstream of electronic music and we're here to stay. So I'm just going to read out actually all of the nominees, starting with Black Coffee, Francis Mercier, Kelvin Momo, Kilimanjaro, Kitty Amor, Major League DJs, Pablo Fierro, and Temba.
So I think off the top, they've melded Amapiano and Afro House.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
It's nice to know that people still understand how
I
categories
mean,
work.
what's Kilimanjaro though? He's not Afro House.
No.
Look, I think
Why are you laughing? Why are you guys hiding his face? Kilimanjaro.
I said, what's Kilimanjaro though?
No. Yes.
But no, I
Where's he
think
from? I think he's from Leeds or something, or Liverpool, one of the two.
No way, really? I didn't even know that, man.
He's not London. Yeah, he's not London.
I just think that at this stage, and I'm going to be super militant about this, listen to the DJ awards. If you are not socially adept enough to understand that Amapiano is its own sound in its own right and it's huge, if not bigger than Afro House,
Yeah,
put them in their
exactly.
own different categories. Stop just saying it's African and melding it together. Like, it really annoys me, man. It's so. I'm just gonna say that's
Oh,
dumb.
stop
Like,
it.
do better.
You know, you
Do
know,
better.
Blanca put up a story today, and he said people are using the term Afro too loosely these days, and I'm just like, I was like, I really hope he was talking about the DJ awards.
No, but you know what I was thinking about as well this morning? I was thinking like, and I think about this all day, every day. It's almost like when hip hop started, right? And where it is today. When it started in the 80s or 70s in New York, they made hip hop. Then it gets bigger and bigger. Then you got people in Italy making their own version. But I'm sure the people in New York and in America were like, what are these guys doing? That's not hip
Yeah.
hop. But it's kind of the same with Afro House, right? It just gets different forms. And I mean, now it's just the beginning, right? So I think now it's just getting that kind of development and growth that is going to cause some friction and a lot of opinions.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, that's just how it goes, man.
But I also think, I mean, like, this is not an Amapiano podcast, but I think Amapiano is so big globally that it deserves its own, and it's
Absolutely,
obvious
it does.
we know, like, technically, it's a completely different type of music, completely.
Yeah, but guys,
Completely different.
I don't know though.
It's influenced by, but Amapiano is like, it's even just looking at the difference in sort of audience at an Amapiano party compared to an Afro house party or an Afro tech party. It's very, very, very vastly different, and I think it's lazy and short sighted to bundle it all into one thing, because then they may as well have gone, oh well, we're going to put Burna Boy in that category as well.
Yeah, and I think choosing a name like, I hate to point the barrel at the DJ awards, but maybe because it's a new category, choosing a name like Major League, publicity and so on
Not
and
to
so on.
listen, not to
How can you
defend them.
compare Major League and Black Coffee? How can you? How can you
But this is what I'm
decide?
saying, bro. Like I don't
If
think when you think I'm a piano, you think DJs though. When you think Afro House, you think DJs. I think that like they
Now
had
I'm
to.
you think DJs, Major League,
I don't know,
Soul
bro. Not in
King.
the same sense as Afro House. And
Bro,
also,
who's
I'm a piano artist. Don't I don't. They're
bro?
not DJs like that, bro. It's
They're but
more
they're and
performers.
they're
They
way
are.
bigger. They're way bigger.
They're
Like,
way
look at
bigger, hundred
look at
percent.
look at Vigro, look at Mafariza, look at Major League. All those
Yeah,
guys are like, they're
way
just
bigger.
they're like massive. You know what I
Amapiano
mean?
is huge. To not give it its
No,
own
I
category
agree.
and muddle it in. But I mean, look, what do you guys think of the nominees are for what? Is it nominees for best in Afro House now?
Yeah, best in Afro House. Oh, okay, so it's
Best
like,
DJ in Afro House right now, not producer, just
But
DJ.
do they explicitly say Afro House or is just Afro?
so the the category is called Afro. All right, and they said, and maybe I missed this, which would have been helpful. On the caption of the post, right at the bottom, it says this category includes Amapiano, Afro beats, and Afro House.
Afro beats.
Yeah, but it's a DJ award. Like, I don't know, man. It like doesn't make sense.
But
So
this
they
is
may
what
as
I'm
well just call it
saying.
the African. They may as well just call it the African category, right?
Yeah,
Why you have
yeah,
to
yeah,
call it
yeah.
the Afro House category?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
know,
know
man.
about
To
that.
me, that's lazy. I think Afrobeats has its own huge base in its own right. The same for
But
Amapiano and the same for Afro House. To just model them together, that's like going, oh, we're going to do an award, yeah, and it's going to be the best DJ award for the UK, and then it's going to be anybody who does pop, rock, or indie.
bro,
But
but it's confusing because like what Afrobeats artist DJs? I can't think of
yeah,
one.
exactly,
Why
This
is
is
it
exactly.
a
not
DJ
one.
award? Why is it a DJ award? This is why
I'm
I'm
a
like,
piano. I'm a piano. They DJ, but it's different. It's not like
yeah, but it's
it's
different. It's not
yeah, yeah.
electronic music DJing. This is
Shall
why
we
No,
do
I'm
no,
like,
this?
no, no.
Shall we do this? If look, and this is no shade to this is an Afro House podcast. I would happily do this about Amapiano myself. But shall we say, for the sake of this podcast, would it be fair to say Kelvin Momo, Kilimanjaro, Major League DJs are Amapiano?
Kilimanjaro is not a piano at all.
Okay, so we take the three of them out because they're not Afro House.
Yeah,
Which three DJs would you put into that category instead?
Anthony James.
My guy. No, love for that, bro.
Anthony's like, where do I sign out? Anthony's like, where do we have to go?
Yeah, I want the award. No, man. I'd say Shimza, bro.
Shimza's not in there. Yeah, Shimza's not in there.
That is a crime against humanity, man.
Shimza definitely has to be there.
Shimza has to be in there. I think that Maj and Antdot, if we're going to talk about it, has to be in there.
Afro.
I wonder.
People,
yeah, that's what I'm wondering. So it's like they have to be from like or of African descent.
They have to be
so
of
then
African
maybe
origin.
in that case, Shimza, I'd maybe Murda. I would get Murda in there personally.
Murda, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Night Freak?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. I can back
Toro.
that. Yeah.
How's he not in there?
Or Desiree is another big one as well, right?
Yeah, for DJs. Yeah, absolutely. Desiree for DJs, Desiree should be in there. I don't think she's done anything monumental on the production side of things. No shade, but in terms of DJing, definitely.
Yeah, she's still playing.
Right, she's active. She's active.
Yeah.
It's just confusing, guys. I don't get it.
We just slated the DJ awards, man. I feel kind of bad for them now.
No, I don't get it. It's not right. It's not right. Like, listen, to me, when I think I'm a piano, I don't think DJs.
Yeah. Well,
that's just no.
What about Uncle Waffles, bro?
Oh,
she's tough.
Yeah. They not the DJ awards directly, but their PR team or agency they're using asked me to do a post to promote the award, and basically the requirements. Bro, I didn't end up doing it because they were like, you have to have a video of every single person. The only requirement is you can't lead with black coffee, and you have to have a video of every. I had to get a video of all nominees, post it in a carousel, and say who would you vote for, link this and that. And I was like, but I don't want to make a post about non-Afro House people, so I just ended up not doing it. It was like odd. I don't know, man.
You should have done it, man.
Nah, it's
just put Kitty Moore first.
Yeah, but bro, like, listen, I don't have time to go and find a video of like Kilimanjaro and all that, bro, with everything club record. You know what I mean? It's
no, but honestly, man, I respect you for sticking to what you believe in.
Yeah, it's a principle. Like, I'm still strict, you know, but not as.
I'm looking through it now. I would love to know. Are you able to tell us who is behind the DJ awards?
Is it DJ Mag? Who is it?
I don't know.
Isn't it like Mix Mag or DJ Mag? One of those two.
No, DJ Mag does top 100 DJs. That's different, right? It's by some guy called Jose Pascual and Lenny Kraurup.
Mate, listen, which shaker? Our page shaker. Let's do our own. We can do our own awards.
In collaboration with Afro House Feed. Boom.
In collaboration with Afro House Feed. And then we can do like a live stream with.
Yeah. And then it's like the 1001 track lists, right?
Yeah. Because the shaker awards, those would be the actual official
Afro House awards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No nonsense. Official. People who know what they're talking about. Listen, next time we see the DJ awards, they're going to be like the DJ awards, and you're going to see Fela Kuti in there, and they're going to think they're being all edgy. Like,
the only thing is, we're going to have like Afro Melodic Deep Award. It's going to be too long. It's going to be like Deep House, Sunset. We're just too geeky, man.
Look, let's move on, because I feel like we were on such a nice vibe, and the DJ awards came and vexed all of us. Credit to everybody else. I want to say this. Credit to everybody else who made that list. Shout out to Kitty for getting on that list as well, and the other people who are on there. Like, credit to you. Wes, I'm gonna hand over the torch to you again.
Yeah,
because obviously, as we head into the autumn-winter season, the big event on everybody's radar now is ADE. I think last year was pretty interesting in terms of its attention that it put on Afro House. A lot of stuff happened around Afro House. What's your expectations for this year?
I think they're turning up the heat a lot. Especially, as we kind of covered this podcast, the different corners of sound just in the Afro House and Afro Tech space. There's kind of an event for everyone. Along with that, obviously, like panels, networking events, and you have a good mix of local guys in the Netherlands, and then a lot of big brands from overseas that are coming through as well. Like 1001 are going to be back. I heard Ulu's doing a showcase. They haven't announced it
Wow.
yet. Yeah, My Other Side of the Moon, they're back again. Descendants is going to be doing both an event and a workshop. Magnifique are going to have a presence this year, which I think is one of the coolest events. It's going to be on a train. That's like a 4-hour trip. And while you're on the train, you got the whole Magnifique crew doing their thing.
Great.
Sick.
And then Mo Black are doing a party. Tribes are doing a party. And Juna Deep will be there.
Sick.
The Capo and Carrie and the Soul are on their lineup, but the rest of the lineup is not really focused. And then we've got Zazu with Braith, Mujo, Night Freak, Sparrow, and Barbosa, and Fine. And then I think the last one is The Loft. Shimza's on a main stage this time. Andrea Oliva, Arodes, Colin, Mahmoud Oran, Shimza, and Vintage Culture. So there's a lot going on, man. Like if you're in town for
going on.
yeah, if you're in town, you really have to pick and choose. It's not like I feel like last year everybody kind of more or less floated around on a schedule to the different
Yeah.
events where I feel like this year it's like, okay, I have to plan my time and decide.
Yeah, last year you kind of just followed where
Followed.
everybody else went.
Yeah.
If someone was like, "Oh, I'm going here now," then everybody would follow. This year, there's a lot of events kind of at the same time, so
Yeah.
you have to just.
What does the schedule look like? What days? Because I know it's the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, right?
Wednesday to
Wednesday.
Sunday. Yeah.
So what are there? Is there anything going on Thursday? Because like I said, I've got my event on the 19th. I would love to just get out there, even if it's just for a couple of days, Wednesday, Thursday, or something. That would be incredible.
Yeah. So Wednesday is the 16th. Opalo. So obviously, main guy Manu is gonna be headlining that show, right, Manu?
It's on the Wednesday, Manu.
That's on the Wednesday.
You kept this
No.
quiet, bro.
But that's one of the biggest. I think one of the events I'm most excited for because you obviously got
Yo, let's
Manu,
make this
but then
happen.
yeah, you've got Awen, Bonshapa, Rancido, Jeff, Floyd Levine, FNX Omar, Levy M, Sammy Ferrer, Martin Liu, and Sam.
On the
So that's a big
Wednesday.
event.
It's a huge
Yeah,
event.
literally on day one. On day one, so it's going to be a combination of panel discussions, DJ sets, and obviously just networking.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be hosting the event, hosting the chats, the discussions, and then yeah, man, open up for the DJ sets, man. Everyone's throwing down on the decks.
Yeah. And then I think same night for you, Anthony, Filo Luzolo is playing with SARS and Walter Grio as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, this is good. This is all making sense in my head now. It's time to make some bookings. I'm just gonna go all out. W Hotel. 2 nights, bro. Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
And then
My
yeah, I
gosh,
think
okay.
Thursday's pretty sick. I think you have the Mother Side of the Moon party, which
Yeah.
is Tomar, Aaronhurst, Savage and She, Manu, I want to say again, FNX Omar, Joezi, Honore Rancido, and then the same night, Descendants. You got the Capo, Taxon, Kitty Amore, Homeboys, Capella, Coco M, and Meaty.
Sick.
Crazy.
So, Wes, what are you gonna be doing out there?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Just trying
Are
to
you
keep.
involved in any like showcases or anything like that?
So I've been asked to do a lot of interviews at various events and showcases, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it yet. It's gonna be a new type of content for me. I don't really know what to do with that content or how well it's gonna perform, and it's a lot of work to sit on the sidelines and interview, get it edited, planned out. If
Yeah.
I think honestly, what my gut is telling me is just go this time, check it out, see how things roll, get a vibe, and then next year decide. If I
Yeah,
want to be
for
more
sure.
deep involved. But I'm gonna do a few like story takeovers, lives, kind of keep it chill, things like that.
Sick.
Yeah.
Well, I think I've got to book my tickets now. But I'm the
Yeah, but
art
you're
over it
speaking at
now.
Apollo, aren't you, Wes?
I'm speaking at Apollo. Yeah, I am speaking at
Sick.
Apollo.
So how
I'm
do
kind.
those showcases? How does that work? Do you have to like buy a ticket for it, or is it just like anyone can go in, or what?
No, ticket, yeah, ticket.
Ticket,
Okay.
guest list, all that.
So
Yeah.
guys, because obviously you two are both going to be appearing, I think where do people get this information of how to come and see you, how to come check it out?
Stay tuned to Shaker. We'll be going live with a ADE post soon of everything that's going on in and around the Afro House scene, much like No Guest List.
Did you just take our intro and apply it to Shaker?
Yeah, man.
That's plagiarism, man. Oh, well, look, I'm excited for ADE. I think, guys, it's been an extended podcast compared
Yeah.
to our usual length, but I think it's been very long overdue and absolutely needed. I have to say thank you so much, obviously, to you guys for being part. Shout out to Atang, who's been sat here. We're going to call you producer Atang from now on. He's been sat here in the background making notes and everything. Yeah, big shout out to him. He's the guy who's in charge of our content and everything. So thank you for being
Shout out,
part of
shout
this
out.
today as well. But yeah, to everybody who's listening at home, thank you as always for tuning in. Do not forget to check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Do us a favor, please hit that subscribe button. And as always, this conversation extends to all of you. I know we've asked some questions throughout the show. Drop us a comment, whether that's on YouTube or you can drop us a DM on our Instagram page at noguestlist.ofc, if I'm right. And yeah, we will be back very, very soon. We have something special in the works. We can't talk too much about it now, but there is something special coming for next month. So stay tuned for that. And always, any suggestions of topics that you'd like us to discuss, hit us up. But for now, that's it. We'll see you soon. Peace.
Peace.